Hey, everybody. Wow. I just want to apologize for that horrible countdown music. Um, it's one of the countdown things that comes stock in the streaming software that I'm using. And I should have known, it being, a modern streaming type software, that it would have some crappy music in it like that. But I will fix that before the next video for sure. That will be fixed. I can guarantee it. So it's good to be here Friday night, and yeah, it's 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and just settling down for the weekend. And yeah, so we're here to talk about Gene Simmons' A-Hole album, or Butthole album, or a $ a asterisk asterisk. You can't say the A-hole word because YouTube is getting ridiculous. YouTube is getting ridiculous. They took down my when I put up originally that I was going to do this video. They took it down. They took it down because it said that it you know whatever they call it, it violated their community terms of service. And it's ridiculous. I wrote them back and I'm like, it's the name of the dang album. It's the name of the album. I'm not calling Gene that. And then I tried to put it back up and they made me take it down because of the album cover. I'm like, this album cover is all over your channel in other videos. And I even sent them links to other videos. YouTube is just ridiculous in a lot of the things that they're doing right now. It really is. It's a good community when it comes to the people that's making videos, but YouTube itself is, I don't know, man. It's YouTube itself. It is just horrible, horrible, horrible. They're so afraid for somebody to get offended. And I'm not for hate speech or anything like that. I'm for people having their right to their personal opinion, having their right to their beliefs. I know people on either side of the political thing that went on in the country. I know people that are happy. I know people that are upset. I know people that are, have all kinds of different religious beliefs, and what you believe in religious wise, spiritual wise, what you believe in politics, your sexual orientation, whether you identify as a male, female, or neither, all that, man, that's all up to you, but it's just like YouTube is so afraid of people getting offended or getting pissed off right now. And so I'm starting off on my rant here because because just YouTube being YouTube, and it's crazy. But we're not here to talk about YouTube being crazy. We're here to talk about Gene Simmons' A-Hole album. And this was a small panel, guys. There was not a lot of people on this panel. There were only 12 people on this panel, counting myself. And I'm scoured over, making sure I didn't miss anybody. Some people have said I've missed them on different panels in the past. I've tried not to. I've even went in YouTube's where they've not cleared the content, or they've not cleared the comment, and I've got to approve it. I went in there and looked and made sure. This was up for a really long time. This actually had come to a close at the beginning of December, and I opened it back up because I kind of took December off, so I opened it back up for a few more weeks. And this album didn't get a lot of love, and this album didn't get a lot of comments. It got a lot of comments. It didn't get a lot of good lists. It didn't get a lot of lists. So there's 12 of us, but I've said I'll do one of these panels if it's just me, because that's what this channel started off as. It started off as just me, and it's been awesome having you guys along, and having you guys along for the ride. Before I get into the panel, before I get into the tracks of the album, I wanted to mention something really quick, and I want to go up here to my thing where I can pull it up. I wanted to mention because I've actually already had people start doing this. And this is really cool. It's a really cool opportunity. And I've had some people already start doing it. I'm actually working on a couple videos for a couple people. And I'm going to say at the very beginning, this video is being brought to you by so-and-so who donated $10 to my Cash App, and they requested this video. And so I've actually already had a couple people request videos. One person requested a track versus track, and the two albums they requested didn't have the same amount of tracks. So I kind of kicked it back to them and said, hey, can you pick two more albums that have the same number of tracks? They need to have the same number of tracks. And so they're figuring out which track versus track they want me to do. The other person picked an album that I'd never really listened to before from '89. And I'm not going to mention the band or anything, but it is a hair glam metal band from '89. Not one of what I'd call your upper level glam metal bands, but they wanted to hear what I thought about this album. So I've started listening to it, and that will be coming. And so I've got my information here on the screen. Cash App is an application. I've had some people ask me, what's Cash App? Cash App's an application. You can download it, you attach it to a debit card or your bank account, and then you can send people money on it. And my handle right there is $Brant Meredith. If you donate $10 and send $10 to me, and then shoot me an email to my brant.inmyhead at gmail.com. And I need to put that up on the screen too. I need to make me a thing for that. But if you want to do that, if you send that to me and then let me know what you want me to review, I'll get it, and then I'll say, hey, this video is brought to you by so-and-so. And I've not started making videos yet, but I did announce it in my last one, in my last live video, that I've now created a TikTok channel. It's called In My Head. It's called In My Head YT on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, look me up, In My Head YT. And I'm going to be doing 1 minute short videos I'm going to be doing everything from did you know about this, or on this day in history, or it's going to be one simple 1 minute short videos. I may do something funny. I'm planning on doing stuff that's kind of outside of the box of YouTube on here, maybe making a fool of myself a little bit, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing and going to plan some things. So if you're on TikTok, and a lot of us are now, if you're on that, look me up, In My Head YT on TikTok, and you can find me there. And go ahead and give me a subscribe. Go ahead and give me a follow on there, and shoot me a message, and be looking for some videos coming there real soon. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up some people that's in the chat here talking. Pull up some comments. That Toy Bonnie guy, good to see you, man. He said earlier, talking about YouTube, that talking about the music, that the music was terrible. And we got Sublime 130 saying hello. Trevor Bullock saying hello. And then a Toy Bonnie guy saying YouTube gets worse every day. Super Kiss 1200 asking me how am I doing. I'm doing good, man. It was the end of a long week. I worked about 4 days from home this week, and only went to work today, and it was weird because it was a Friday and it felt like a Monday. Amon 1972 says hi Amon, and let's see. I'm just pulling these up really quick. I love the songs he did on this album, but were Beatlesque, much like the '78 solo album. And it's funny because I may draw some conclusions I may draw some correlations on that. Toy Bonnie says it's surprised it's a small panel, and I am too. Vanderhoff, let's see, what is that? Vanderhoff, I can't see what it says. My eyes are bad. Very weird record. Very weird records. Trevor Bullock, can you donate $10 in the chat? Yes, you can. If you want to donate $10 in the chat, if you want to do a super chat, you can donate $10 in the chat, and then Trevor, just shoot me a message on Insta. Don't do it in here, but shoot me a message on one of my social media, whichever you follow me on. Shoot me a message on there and say, hey, I donated money, and I'll remember. And but yeah, you can donate it in the chat if you want to do super chat. That's fine too. Trevor, I need to put that up. Trevor was saying, can he donate donated in the, let's see. I love the new set. There's my buddy John B. Good. Been on the show before. Love the new set. Hanging out, drinking a little Jim Beam to keep warm here in Western North Carolina, where it's freaking 19 degrees. And man, I feel you. I was supposed to go up and visit some of my friends in Schenectady, up in that way, up in your neck of the woods. And I was supposed to go up there around New Year's, and they told me to hold off until the spring. They said it was cold, cold, cold. Emily Graziano is here, Miss Graziano. And let's see, we got Nicholas Rossi. Too bad I can't speak English. Well, Nicholas, I hope that you are understanding pretty well, and that I'm happy to have you and everybody else that's here on the panel tonight. And we're going to go ahead and start talking about the Gene Simmons A-Hole album. And this album is, I don't own this album. I don't plan on owning this album. And I've listened to this album maybe 30, 40 times whenever I was reviewing it before. Not when I was reviewing it before, but when I was getting ready to review it, I was listening to it. And I've listened to this about 40 times. And it is very much like his 1978 solo album in the fact that it is all over the place. It is literally all over the place. And he has a huge, if you go on Wikipedia and look at how many people, it's huge, the amount of people that's on this album. So that's another correlation to the 1978 solo album. He has some songs on here that are Kiss songs, and they could be Kiss songs, and I'm going to talk about those when we get to them. He has songs on here that you can definitely hear the influence of the Beatles. So that I did. Let's see. Sublime says, I did not enjoy this album, honestly. I personally, I'm going to wait to tell what I really thought about it overall until the very end. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to talk about you guys. We're going to talk about you. Talk about 18 people that's on this panel. No, 12 people that's on this panel. No, I'm sorry, not 18, 12. It's me. And then from YouTube, John B. Good, Emily Graziano, John O., Toy Bonnie Guy, Sublime 130, Joel Pegg. From Twitter, Tom Dust, Vincent Marone, David King, Bill Sharp, nobody from Instagram, and from Facebook, Matt Ucci. So 12 on the panel. So very, very short. Came out during the Family Jewels era, Emily Graziano. That is correct. Correct, it did. All right, so Gene put 13 tracks on this album. So we're going to kind of go down through them, and we're just going to kind of hang out while we're talking about it. Let's see. My prediction for track number 13, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you how I did with my predictions. About the first 3 or 4 songs, 3 to 5 songs, I kind of picked, I think the panel will like these. Once you got below 5, man, I was just picking songs because I didn't know what you guys were going to like. And I figured a lot of you were not going to like most of it. So, but once I got so low, man, I was just picking songs, going down through the list. And yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. So my predictions really aren't, I'm not counting on them being very accurate on top of anything. So at number 13, I predicted If I Had a Gun. And it's really weird. The song If I Had a Gun is really weird because especially in today's era, I mean, this was 2004, but, this was 16 years ago or 17 years ago now. But the way we are with guns and everything these days, talking about if I had a gun, I'd shoot people, I'd kill this person. And I know it's a song, but I don't know, man. It just didn't strike me right. So I predicted that it wasn't going to strike you guys right either. So I thought that you guys were going to choose If I Had a Gun very low. What you chose for number 13 with 46 points. With 46 points, you guys picked If I Had a Gun as number 13. And my pick for number 13 was also If I Had a Gun. So we were all on the same page with it comes to this album, that it's not a great song. And Toy Bonnie had a very good comment. Predict that A-Hole was made to cash in on the Family Jewels TV show. And Emily Graziano says, during the beginning, the Family Jewels era, Kiss was kind of inactive. Didn't go on a world tour until about 2 years after the show started. Gene put his music on the back burner again in 2006, 2007. So, and John B. Good says, If I Had a Gun was a total filler song, a song I wouldn't have expected from Gene. Exactly, John, exactly. I agree. All right, so let's move on to number 12. My prediction was 1,000 Dreams, because 1,000 Dreams is just one of those songs. It's almost like When You Wish Upon a Star. It's one of those songs that most people don't expect from Gene, but I could definitely see Gene singing a thousand Dreams, because I could see Gene singing When You Wish Upon a Star. But that's not what you guys chose. You guys didn't choose 1,000 Dreams for number 12. With 55 points, you guys chose for number 12. Let me make sure. Yep. With 55 points, you guys chose for number 12. You chose Dog. And Dog is one of those songs that Dog is one of those songs that it's a neither here nor there song. What I chose for number 12 is the song A-Hole. I mean, this is Gene just basically saying what he thinks he can be or what he is. And I just didn't care for it, for me personally. So we'll see what you guys feel about that song once we get a little further up. There is Les. Hey everyone, trying to watch while I set up for my show. Les, rock and roll, man, rock and roll. And Les, I'm going to tell you here in the chat, try to get up with me tomorrow sometime for me and you to test, because you're going to be filming with me on Sunday. So try to get up with me sometime tomorrow. Send me an email like you have this past week. I know that we missed our time the other night to test, but I need to get you testing in this. I need to get you testing in this new software to make sure you're comfortable before we actually do it. So get a hold of me tomorrow. Okay, so let's go back to our list. So that brings us up to number 11. So you guys for number 12 chose 1,000 Dreams. I mean, not you guys from number 12 chose Dog. For number 12, I chose Asshole. A-Hole. All right. Let's see. That brings us up to number 11. And I predicted you guys were going to choose Beautiful, because it's another one of those, you're somebody beautiful. It's like, look at yourself. It's like one of those songs that you don't hear Gene singing on a usual thing. And the subject matter, it almost sounds he's singing about a transvestite in a way, because he says something about shaving your face and spend your money on silicone honey. It almost sounds like he's talking about a transvestite in that song. So it's, some subject matter that some people might not be comfortable with. Me, I'm cool with it. That doesn't bother me. But I predicted you guys were going to choose Beautiful at 11. What you actually chose at 11 with, let me find it on my list. What you chose at 11 with 61 points is 1,000 Dreams. 1,000 Dreams is the song that you chose for number 11. And at number 11 for me was Black Dog. Black Dog is, I know a lot of people like Black Dog, and it's the Frank Zappa song that he finished and brought in his whole family and everything. And a lot of people really like that song. I tried to like it. I went into this album with a very open mind, and I'm going to like some songs that you guys wouldn't think that I would like. But I just could not get into Black Dog. Just couldn't get into it. So you guys chose A Thousand Dreams at 11. I chose Black Dog at 11. So that brings us up to number 10. So we're 10 tracks now. I predicted for number 10, you guys were going to choose Waiting for the Morning Light, just because it's one of those songs that's kind of laid back, chill, Gene, and it's almost like he's just kind of trying to be I don't know. It's definitely not rock and roll. It's easy listening at best. Very, doo-wop-ish kind of in a way. Not really doo-wop-ish, but just kind of laid back and chill kind of music. So I thought that that's what you guys were going to pick at number 10 is Waiting for the Morning Light. What you actually chose at number 10 with 60 points is Beautiful. So you're picking a lot of the songs down at the bottom that I would have picked, that I predicted you would have picked. So you guys chose Beautiful at number 10, and I chose Dog at number 10. I just wasn't I wasn't a big fan of Dog. And and I think I've already said why I'm not a big fan of Dog. It's just not one of those songs that really grabbed me or captured me or anything like that. All right, so that brings us up to number 9, and I predicted that you guys were going to choose Now That You're Gone. A lot of these songs, it's just very, very not Gene. But if you've heard Gene's solo album, you could expect Gene. So let's see. Now That You're Gone is what I predicted you guys were going to choose for number 9. What you guys chose for number 9 is Weapons of Mass Destruction is what you chose. Me for number 9, and I know a lot of people like this song on this album. A lot of people dig it. But me for number 9, I chose Firestarter for me because I'm not a big fan I wasn't originally a big fan of music like Prodigy, and I wasn't a big fan of Gene's version of this song. It was very repetitious, and it just didn't seem like a song that Gene would do, which is probably why Gene did it. And if you've never seen the video of it, the video is even more weird. Oh, I'm getting a call. Listen to that. There you go. But I'm not going to answer it because I'm here with you guys. You got to love live broadcasts. I'm going to turn my ringer off. All right. So let's see. Where was I? Oh, I was talking about how Firestarter, I'm not a fan of it. So for number 9, I chose Firestarter. For number 9, you guys chose Weapons of Mass Destruction. So that brings us up to number 8. For number 8, I predicted you guys was going to choose A-Hole. I thought you were going to choose the title track, the A-Hole title track. And what you guys actually picked at number 8, and this was shocking to me. This surprised me that this was down this low because it's one of the heavier songs on the album. And I figured you guys were going to gravitate towards those heavier songs. And so the song that you guys picked at number 8 is Carnival of Souls. Me personally, for number 8, I picked Weapons of Mass Destruction for me because it's a song that I don't really care for, so it kind of stays down low for me. But you guys chose Carnival of Souls for number 8. And I love that song too, Toy Bonnie. I love that song too. It is and y'all, somebody in the text can correct me at the y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Carnival of Souls was actually a leftover from the Carnival of Souls album, that it actually didn't get on to Carnival of Souls, uh, but they still used the name. But I think this song would have been awesome on Carnival of Souls. I think if they would have reworked it in, if they'd have worked it in that tone that they did for Carnival of Souls album, I think it would have been an amazing song on that album too. Because I think it's a great song on this album. If you don't want to listen to the whole album, go on YouTube and just look up some of these ones that I say are really good. So, but I'll let you know where I choose Carnival of Souls later on. So, where on, let's see. So for that's number 8. All right. So my prediction, where that brings us up to number 7. My prediction for number 7 is, I thought you guys were going to choose Dog. So what y'all chose at number 7 with 81 points, y'all chose Whatever Turns You On, Turns Me On, or Whatever Turns You On. I chose for number 7, I chose the same. I chose Whatever Turns You On, Turns Me On. I think it's just it's a weird song, and it's starting to get to the tail end of the songs that I don't care for. As we go higher in this album, as we start creeping into the top 5, like the 6 to 5, for me, those are the songs that I really enjoy. So for we were the same for that one. The panel chose Whatever Turns You On for number 7, and I chose Whatever Turns You On for number 7. So that brings us to number 6. For number 6, I predicted Whatever Turns You On. I thought that's what you guys was going to choose for number 6. What you actually chose for number 6 with 82 points, you guys chose the title track, A-Hole, as the number 6 song. So you guys apparently liked it. I mean, it's more than halfway up the list. And for me, my number 6 is 1,000 Dreams. And like I said, I'm going to have a tendency to like songs that you guys haven't liked. That's been lower on your list. They're going to be higher on my list. I think 1,000 Dreams is a great song. It's a great way to, it's not necessarily the greatest way to end the album, but I think 1,000 Dreams is a great song. So I chose it for number 6. You guys chose A-Hole for number 6. So that brings us to the top 5. And this is where it really starts separating. You guys really love these songs that's basically from 5 up. So I predicted you guys was going to choose Firestarter for number 5, because I knew that a lot of you guys liked that song. I knew a lot of people like Firestarter. So with 82 points, what you guys chose, what the panel chose for number 5 is A-Hole. Y'all chose, y'all chose Firestarter for number 5. I'm sorry, back up. So yeah, so I predicted Firestarter at number 5, and you guys chose Firestarter at number 5. So me personally, number 5 for me is Waiting for the Morning Light. The song that was way down for you guys, that y'all chose Waiting for the Morning Light down. No, I'm sorry. Y'all didn't choose Waiting for Morning Light down. This is why I need an executive producer. And there'd be a whole lot of cuts at this point in time if I wasn't doing this live. So you guys are bearing with me and just having a good time. So I chose Waiting for the Morning Light at my number 5. You guys chose Firestarter at your number 5. So that brings us to number 4. My prediction for number 4 was Black Dog. I thought you guys were going to like Black Dog a lot. And because I knew that a lot of people did like that song. What you guys chose for number 4 with 83 points. With 83 points, you guys chose for number 4, Now That You're Gone. A slower song, which really surprised me. It surprised me that Now That You're Gone was up that high. But I think Now That You're Gone is one of those songs that is very Beatles. Now That You're Gone is very Beatles. Beautiful is very Beatles, and A Thousand Dreams is very Beatles. Gene is really tapping into his inner Beatle there on those songs. So number 4, you guys chose Now That You're Gone. Number 4 for me, I chose Waiting on the Morning Light. All right. So that brings us to the top 3. Let me drink something really quick. I'm drinking water tonight, guys. It's Friday night, and I'm not drinking a beer. I'm drinking water. I'm trying to watch my carbs, trying to be healthier in 2021 because why not? And I'm going to choke on the water. Goodness. All right. That's what I get for being healthy. Okay, so that brings us to the top 3. That's kind of ironic, isn't it? That I don't drink beer tonight. And I drink water and about choke on it. Goodness gracious. All right, so that brings us to the top 3. I predicted you guys was going to choose Weapons of Mass Destruction for your top 3 because it kind of rocks, you know. What you guys actually chose at number 3, all the way up at number 3 with 85 points, you guys chose Black Dog. So you guys apparently really liked Black Dog a whole lot more than I did because I picked it all the way down at number 11 for me. My number 3 pick is Now That You're Gone. I love Now That You're Gone. I think it's a great song. It's that Beatles feel to it, and I just think it's a great song. Yes, I do need a beer, John. I do need one. So number 3, you guys chose Black Dog. Number 3, I chose Now That You're Gone. So that brings us to the top 2. So if you've been playing along, and some of you don't even own this album, some of you don't even know these songs that's watching, some of you that do know the album and are watching, maybe you're playing along, you know what the songs that's left. My prediction for number 2, I thought you guys was going to choose Carnival of Souls because it's such a kick-ass song that I thought that it was going to be really high for you guys. So I predicted Carnival of Souls. What you guys actually chose at number 2, and this surprised me that you chose this. 87 points. You guys chose for number 2, Waiting for the Morning Light. And Waiting for the Morning Light is just that song I was talking to about earlier that was at my number 5 pick. It's just got that very cool, kind of laid back and my dogs are barking, kind of cool, laid back kind of vibe to it. And I dig it. I mean, I chose it back. I chose it at 5 for me. It's in my top 5, but it was you guys' number 2. My number 2 is Sweet and Dirty Love. I love Sweet and Dirty Love, the title track off the album. It's just so noisy and it's just so nasty. And Sweet and Dirty Love is a great song. It sounds a little demo-ish, like it wasn't quite finished. But other than that, it's a great song. So I love Sweet and Dirty Love. So I picked that as my number 2. Your number 2 was Waiting for the Morning Light. So at number 1, I predicted you guys were going to choose Sweet and Dirty Love. There's a good comment right there. There's Robert Dunning. Carnival was supposed to be on Psycho Circus. Does my wife know this? What, Cecil? What's this? What does my wife know? What? Does my wife know I like Sweet and Dirty Love? She does, probably. She does. She's a freak. So let's see. You're getting me sidetracked. Number one, I predicted that you guys was going to uh, pick "Sweet and Dirty Love" as your number one. I'm getting sidetracked in my head. What you guys actually chose was "Sweet and Dirty Love." They chose you chose "Sweet and Dirty Love," and it was 125 points. I mean, the other ones, the number two song was 87. So "Sweet and Dirty Love" took a lot of votes, and it was commandingly number one. Number one for me was "Carnival of Souls." "Sweet and Dirty Love" and "Carnival of Souls" to me could have both been Kiss songs. "Carnival of Souls" should have been a Kiss song. "Sweet and Dirty Love" could have been a Kiss song. So, so it it's a great song. And so my overall thoughts of Gene's album. CK is asking, did he steal the title from the '97 grunge album? See, that's why I was thinking that Psycho Circus was that Carnival of Souls was supposed to be on Carnival of Souls. That it was originally. I tell you what, I'm going to have to do my research on this. I'm going to have to do my research, and I'll make a post on my YouTube. I'll make a post on my YouTube about it, because I don't know without looking it up. I don't know without doing some research, but it would seem to me that it was possibly written in time to go on Carnival of Souls, and it did not go on Carnival of Souls. Or Gene came up with the title for the album called it Carnival of Souls, because that was basically his baby. And then Gene did true fashion and does what he always does and sticks and takes the title of an album or something and writes a song about it. And it should have possibly went on Psycho Circus, but it didn't. So it ended up going on Gene's solo album. But I tell you what, if you keep an eye on my social media, on my YouTube page, I'll make a post about it. I'll look it up tonight, and I'll maybe make a post about it tomorrow. You can find it on the Psycho Circus demo CD. I have it. So Robert's saying you can find it on the Psycho Circus demo CD, but it just kind of makes me wonder, was it written? But was it written in time for Psycho Circus, the actual album, Psycho Circus? Why could it have been written for not Psycho Circus, but could it have been written for Carnival of Souls, and just ended up possibly on Psycho Circus, not Psycho of Circus? I agree with this comment right here. Why does Gene have to be all over the place? He should have stuck with the Sweet and Dirty Love theme and then stuck in a couple of ballads, a couple Beatle-esque ballads, and I agree. But I think that's just Gene. Gene did the same thing in 1978. I'm going to choke again. He did the same thing in 1978. He was all over the place then too. Okay, so I'm going to recap here. And then it's going to be a short one tonight. We're probably going to wrap it up here in just a little bit. Number 13, If I Had a Gun. Number 12, Dog. Number 11, 1,000 Dreams. Number 10, Beautiful. Number 9, Weapons of Mass Destruction. Number 8, Carnival of Souls. Number 7, Whatever Turns You On. Number 6, A-Hole. Number 5, Firestarter. Number 4, Now That You're Gone. Number 3, Black Dog. Number 2, Waiting for the Morning Light. Number 1, Sweet and Dirty Love. So that is Gene Simmons' A-Hole album. The next album that we're going to do for the solo albums, the next panel video we're going to do, is we're going to go ahead and do Mr. Paul Stanley's Live to Win solo album. And I know a lot of people like that. I'm going to go ahead and tell you something. I have not heard Paul Stanley's Live to Win solo album. Not heard it. I've not even listened to it once. So this is going to be a good week for me, because I get to listen to Paul Stanley's solo album. So We're going to listen to it together over the next week, and then we're going to be back here next weekend or next week or week after, and we're going to count those tracks down. So I'm assuming that it may possibly be better than Gene's album, than Gene's effort right here, but I just don't know. I'm not sure at all. So does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to pop up some questions? If you pop it up, I'll throw it up in the chat. I'll throw it up on the screen and we can discuss. And we're going to have awkward silence right now. CK, will I do more beer and duck donuts? I am going to do more beer videos, and duck donuts, I'm not going to be back out that way until there's some duck donuts about 2 hours from me, but we're going to be going back to the beach sometime around Easter. There is a donut place near here called Whole Lot of Donuts, WHOLE, Whole Lot of Donuts, and they have all of these different flavors of donuts, but their donuts are huge. I'm talking about their donuts are like this big, and a regular size, just to give you a comparison, a regular size like Dunkin' Donut or Krispy Kreme donut is probably about this big, and these donuts are like this big. They're huge. So I'm going to probably do a review, go by there. It's in a town called Lenore that's nearby me. And I'm going to go by there one morning and get one of every flavor that they have at the time. And me and my wife are going to take a bite out of each one of them, and we're going to tell you what we think. We're going to show them, and we're going to tell you what we think. Yeah, it is water. Stephen Goodman. Stephen Goodman right there. Is that really water? Yes, it is. It is really water. And I wouldn't lie to you, because if it was a beer or if it was a drinky drink, I'd be showing you it was that. But no, it really is water. All right. Kissin' Donuts. There you go. Kissin' Donuts. We could, if I wouldn't get a darn copyright strike on it, we could listen to Kiss while we're eating the donuts. But Kiss wants their money, man. How about a show breaking down the 78 Tom Snyder show? If you do that, I'd love to be in on that one. Oh, I got to pull that up. I've actually thought about doing that, John. I've actually thought about having a commentary over the Tom Snyder show. And I've tossed that idea around for probably over a year now. Me and Rick used to talk about doing it. And, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to do something like that, and maybe do a best of, or I don't know if we want to do the whole thing, but it would be just good to talk, cool to do that and talk about how funny Ace is, and how stoned Ace is drunk, and how stoned Peter is, and how uncomfortable Paul is, and how pissed off Gene is. Yeah, Emily, I might would get copyright on it. I'd have to be real careful about it. Maybe possibly slow it down a little bit or speed it up a little bit. If you do that a few notches, you can do that and then make it flow faster, but maybe flow faster or flow slower, and keep the pitch without them sounding like a chipmunk or sounding like the demon. And you can do that, but then sometimes the algorithm gets you on the video rather than the audio. It gets you on the video. Yeah, Cecil, Gene and Paul was wanting to strangle Ace. That would be cool. That is the truth. They were wanting to do that. Kiss Exposed would be a great video for commentary. It would be. But a lot of these videos, you YouTube will try to copyright strike you. And even if you do it live, they'll shut the algorithm will police live videos, and it'll shut stuff like down. CK, can I have Carla and Emily on? Well, Carla's going to be in the next panel video for track versus track, and she's pretty much my regular co-host on that. And Emily, I invite her on whenever she wants to come on, but I don't like to obligate people to being in the videos, because I make videos on when I'm into making videos, I put them out, or they may not come out, with precision, but there's a lot of production when I'm not doing if it's not a live video, there's a lot of production that goes and a lot of work that goes into the back end of making a video, recording, getting everybody lined up, getting everything together, getting it recorded, getting it edited. It just takes a little bit of time. So Carla will be back for the next video. She'll be back, or not the next video, but she'll be back for the next. The panel has spoken for track versus track, for not Dynasty, for Unmasked and Crazy Nights. That voting has closed. It closed the day before yesterday on the 20th, I think. So she will be back for that. We've already kind of done a test and with the new software, and she moved to an area where she's not going to possibly freeze up as much, and her audio will not be garbled as much, because we've had a problem with that over the last couple of videos that we did. So she's moved into a spot where she's going to be moving into a spot where she's not going to have that kind of problem. When's the Pretty Boy Floyd show? Pretty Boy Floyd will probably be Wednesday. It'll probably be Wednesday. It'll be a live video like this one, and it'll probably be Wednesday. The panel has spoken will probably be Monday. Monday, it'll be a live premiere. We won't be live, but it'll be where you guys can chat in. So that will be Monday. If everybody's schedule lines up and we get it recorded on Sunday, because we're going to record it on Sunday in 2 days. If everybody's schedule, because sometimes people have to drop out, if everybody's schedule lines up and we're able to do it, and everybody's a go for it, we'll get it done. I'll get it edited, and it'll be out Monday night. And then Pretty Boy Floyd will be Wednesday. And then next Friday, a week from today, I have my next Paranormal Stories video coming out about a haunted bridge. And I actually went and visited the haunted bridge and had a little bit of an experience there, and that'll all be in the video. I'm not trying to, catfish, or not catfish, but clickbait on it. It's not a super thing. I didn't get, I'm not caught a video, not caught anything on camera, but I did catch something on audio. So, and that's all I really want to say about it. So, yeah. So that's really all I've got, guys. I didn't want to just keep on keeping on talking, and when there's not really anything left to say. So if you guys are all good, I'm good to finish drinking my water, and it really is water. And we can call it a night, and you guys can have an awesome evening. Want to say again, for those of you who may have missed it, if you want to donate $10 to my Cash App, if you have Cash App, you want to donate $10 to my Cash App, and then send me an email saying, hey, I sent you $10. I want you to make this video. You can request a video, request me to do a track versus track. Make sure that your two albums that you're wanting to line up have the same number of tracks. 10 tracks, 10 tracks, 11 tracks, 11 tracks, 9 tracks, 9 tracks. Make sure they have the same number of tracks. I've already had somebody request, and one had 9 songs, one had 10. I said, you can't do that. So they're going back and had somebody request an album review from a band in late 89. And so if you want to, you can jump over and you can donate $10 to the channel on Cash App, and I'll make that for you. Also, I mentioned earlier, I'm on TikTok now. I've not made a video yet, but I will be making video content soon. 1 minute video. It's going to be stuff that's totally outside the box here. It may be Kiss related. I may have this day in history or this fun music fact, or it may be a paranormal fact, or it may be a 1 minute cooking hack or 1 minute food hack. It could just be a minute of me showing a Kiss collection or stuff like that. It's going to be a bunch of different things. It could be a minute of me doing something totally stupid that's not related to my channel at all. So if you're on TikTok, jump over to In My Head YT and give me a follow, and then you'll see stuff whenever I start putting it out. All right, so that's all I basically got, and I will. Brant's gonna get some dirty loving tonight. I just might. You never know. Just might. All right. If whatever in my coffee cup, whatever is in my coffee cup here, that is definitely water, if it doesn't put me to sleep first. All right. You all are a bunch of beautiful people. Be safe out there. Keep your mind safe. Turn the news off. Turn the music up. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. And the next video, Monday, track versus track, unmasked, crazy nights, Carla, and a special guest. We'll see you then. Have a good one.